if they were ever going to do like a crossover, a real, not in comics, but a real crossover between Marvel and DC, what fight scenes would I want to see?
Okay,
And
lay it on me.
yeah, and so I'm going to read off a couple, and I want you to give me your thoughts. Number one is I want to see and these don't have to be in order, but number one is I want to see like the original 7 Justice League members go against Infinity Thanos, like with Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. I
Okay.
want to see that. I think the Justice League is gonna kick his freaking butt. Like I think they're winning.
Is this with Thanos with MCU rules?
So MCU Thanos,
where he has to do the snap. He has to move his hand to use the gauntlet.
yeah.
He can't just
So
think.
for example, like you know how in Infinity War, like he doesn't have all the because him with all the Infinity Stones, like he could literally snap his fingers and like it's over.
Mhm.
So like he has to collect. It's similar to that. I think the Justice League stops him. What do you think? Like for
Yeah, I
example, at
think
the
so.
beginning of the movie, he has the Power Stone and he has the Tesseract, and then I think he gets the Reality Stone. Then he gets the Time Stone, like etc. Like
Yeah, I think so too. Especially because you have Superman who can fly. He moves really fast, obviously.
way
The
better than
Flash,
Thor.
the Flash can move fast, and Superman. People don't realize he can also move pretty fast.
Yeah,
You got two guys who can
very
move fast.
quick.
You got Shapeshifter, Martian
Martian
Manhunter.
Manhunter is so slept on.
You got I mean, the Justice League is gonna take him out.
Anyways, all right. Next, I want to see Hulk versus Doomsday. So a lot of people say that they want to see Hulk versus Superman, but I honestly, who do you think is going to win, Hulk versus Doomsday?
Probably the Hulk.
I think Doomsday,
Really?
because Doomsday, I think Doomsday is stronger, and they're similar in like they're like rage monsters. Like Doomsday, in a lot of adaptations of Doomsday, he doesn't really have a conscience. Like all he does, like his only objective is to like kill every living thing possible. And like the Hulk has somewhat of a conscience, don't you think?
Depends on which Hulk we're talking
Yeah,
about.
that is also true. Like that's also true.
Because there's like
But Doomsday has those freaking spikes.
yeah.
Those are tough.
It also depends on obviously which Hulk we're talking about, which adaptation, how big he is. 'Cause I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember the early 2000s Hulk.
Yeah.
He's like the size of a small house, and he can jump halfway across the United
That is
States.
true. If we're talking about 2008 Hulk or whatever that movie was, the first technically in the MCU, I think that Hulk's winning. That Hulk was insane.
He's chopping people's heads off
Yeah.
with car doors.
Seriously. All right, and then another one I want to see is Wonder Woman versus Thor. Because Thor's a warrior, trained as a warrior.
Very similar stories.
Yeah, and then they're freaking I think Wonder Woman beats Thor.
Let's see. One's from Norse mythology. One's from Greek mythology.
It's true. You got
One is raised on an island full of women.
it. One is literally bred as a warrior.
One is bred as a warrior woman, Amazonian.
And they're both royalty.
They're both royalty.
Dude, I think Wonder Woman's winning.
Comic book, Wonder Woman and Thor. I'm going Wonder Woman.
Uh-huh.
If we're just going,
If we're going off of what's been live action, Thor is
Thor,
winning. Yeah,
for
that's no
sure.
question. But like,
because especially people don't realize. I mean, Thor is a god, right?
yeah,
People don't realize in the MCU when you see Thor use his actual
god
abilities,
powers.
he comes in and just kills everything in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he
in-
takes care of Thanos like that.
In Infinity War, he just everyone's been fighting Thanos for like hours. He just rolls up with Stormbreaker,
Yeah,
one shot
with the
Thanos,
power of
misses his head. You should have gone for the head.
What did you do? That's true. But like, if we're going like, I don't. I think Wonder Woman wins, and obviously, yeah, it depends on what adaptation. All right, so let's do like, okay, you've played the Batman Arkham games, right?
Yeah.
Well, Arkham Knight Slade looked like a total loser, but Arkham Origins he looked good. So if you're taking like Deathstroke, originally called the Terminator before that movie ever came out, if you're taking Deathstroke versus Captain America, who do you have winning that? Because they're similar in terms of like, I mean, I think Deathstroke's probably more of a lethal fighter.
I'm going Captain America just because he's a super soldier. He's also older than Deathstroke, right?
I think you're right.
By quite a bit.
I think Captain America wins, but it'd be a good fight. All right. How about Iron Man versus Green Lantern? Now we're going John Stewart,
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking Green Lantern because,
I think so too.
You have to think about this. Green Lantern, assuming so it's John Stewart Green Lantern. He's pretty well experienced. He's been to other planets.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man's technology is nothing impressive
And to other planets.
to the Green Lantern.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Dude, Green Lantern does not get the respect he deserves solely because of Ryan Reynolds. And that,
yeah.
okay, it's not his fault.
That
but the 2011
awful movie.
film literally set the hero back decades.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks he's some laughable character, but dude, Green Lantern ain't nothing to sneeze at.
No, he's super cool.
Okay. Also Superman versus Thor. I think that's going to be a quick fight though.
Yeah.
Like Superman versus Hulk would be great. Doctor Fate versus Doctor Strange. What do you think about
So
it?
all of the MCU people who love Doctor Strange will obviously be saying Doctor Strange. But people who know Doctor Fate are going to say Doctor Fate.
So
out the gate.
I know both. You know both. What do you think?
Doctor Fate.
Doctor Fate. Absolutely. So like here's the thing, like Doctor Strange is actually a copycat of Doctor Fate, but
Yeah.
I do think like especially recently, like Doctor Fate has been or Doctor Strange has been they've done him more justice, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like just down like everyone, I don't know, everyone doesn't really comprehend their powers. And like they think like, oh, he can just make little sparkly rings and tell like it's so much more than that. Anyways, I honestly think Doctor Strange or Doctor Fate is winning that.
Yeah, me too. It's hard to say with the rules behind both of their magic.
Yeah,
I don't
because
really
they're so
know.
different.
There's nothing really even consistent across any kind of comic
Doctor
book.
Fate's definitely more of a peaceful man, though.
For sure.
I think. Like I've noticed, at least I've noticed, like in adaptations of Doctor Fate, he's more peaceful.
But anytime he shows up, it's like, oh shoot, it's
Like,
Dr.
dude,
Fate.
this, yeah, he doesn't just show up for nothing. Okay, another one is Martian Manhunter versus Vision.
Okay, well, let me say this. I am way more of a fan of Martian Manhunter.
Amen, dude.
than I
Doesn't
am
get
of
the
Vision.
respect he needs.
But okay, wait. Before we say this, I thought Vision was a ripoff of Red Tornado.
Well,
Is he not?
in the sense of they're both like androids
Yeah.
or artificial intelligence, whatever. Like, but Red Tornado, all he does is make tornadoes. Like Vision is closer to Martian Manhunter in power. Like he can phase through things, he can fly, he's strong. Like he
That's
does.
true.
I mean, Martian Manhunter doesn't have energy blasts. Like, Vision can read minds, right? Can he?
I do not think he can do that.
Oh well, Martian Manhunter can. Like, that's the thing is Martian Manhunter is basically like Professor X. Like he's like not as powerful, but he's like
Yeah.
a version of Professor X as well. I think Martian Manhunter's taking that cake.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter.
Okay, Black Canary versus Black Widow.
This is hard for me to say, but I think Black Widow.
I don't know. Black Widow doesn't have any powers. Technically, Black Canary is like Black Widow just with like an extra scream, like her
Yeah.
little scream thing that or bird call, whatever you want to call it. I'll take Black Widow though.
Okay.
All right, and then Ant-Man versus the Atom. I mean, Ant-Man's gonna clean his clock, I think.
And they're basically the same.
They're the
character.
same person. Let's see.
I have one,
Let's hear it.
but it's a Marvel
Versus
a
Marvel.
Marvel versus Marvel.
Let's hear
But
it.
it's just one that I've
Never seen.
wanted to see so bad,
Let's hear it.
and that is Thanos versus. Okay, actually, you can put Thanos and the whole Avengers. Everyone
We saw that.
versus just Magneto.
Oh, dude,
Because
that's a good one.
Magneto, every single one of those characters that
Iron,
is powerful,
Iron Man's done.
that is every one of those characters that's powerful relies on metal.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how it works.
I don't know what material Thor's hammer is. It's not metal.
It's the inside of the neutron stars.
Oh, interesting.
It's some weird star material.
Interesting.
I actually learned about it in
Dude,
my physics
Magneto
class.
is so OP.
But no, Magneto, all he does is he can snap his fingers. All of them have metal. You got the shield. You got the Iron Man suit. You got
Dude,
all of them have
Magneto
metal
is
on their
so good.
suits. Thanos' freaking glove is made out of metal.
He's so OP.
He can uh move the metal within people's blood. We've seen that happen
Oh
before.
yeah. Well, didn't they inject that into him? The iron.
They did inject it into him.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
right, but still, I mean, if somebody's
I
got
mean,
iron in their blood,
dude, yeah, seriously. Really, like anyone versus Magneto, Magneto's taking the cake.
no, Magneto's the coolest.
He's one of the coolest.
My
Especially,
favorite.
yeah, especially the newer Magneto that they've adapted. I really like.
No, he's great.
All right, Black Panther versus Aquaman.
Oh yeah, okay. I see where this is coming from.
Why? Why?
I do see where this is coming from.
They're both strong.
Aquaman.
I take Aquaman too.
All because Aquaman, easy. I mean, all he's got to do is bring Black Panther underwater for longer than a minute and a half, and Black Widow, not Black Panther's dead.
Yeah. Okay. So Batman versus, and I have three Batmans.
If it's Batman, just know I'm going to say Batman.
Okay.
Because I'm
So Batman, obviously. Okay, here's another thing. Batman, like, if you just put Batman in a field with the Avengers, he's gonna get cooked because he's just a freaking human. But Batman, knowing the Avengers, knowing of them, and studying their weaknesses, like it'd be interesting to see. Like I think obviously you could take them all out. If Zemo or whatever his name was can do it, Batman can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Batman for sure. Okay, so Batman versus the Punisher.
Batman.
Batman versus.
I like that one though. I do get where that one's coming from, and
Yeah.
I love the Punisher too, but Batman.
Okay. Batman versus Daredevil.
Batman, because
Batman.
I love Daredevil.
Wait,
but
homeboy's
also
blind.
Daredevil is just a blind, poor Batman.
I know that's true. Well, I watched this list the other day, and it was like, oh, like most skilled fighters. Batman was number 2, and Daredevil's number 1. I was like, dude,
But that's just because he's blind.
I know. Show respect to my King Arkham Batman, okay?
Yeah,
Seriously. Or what about this? Nightwing versus Daredevil.
probably Daredevil.
I think Nightwing.
Probably
dude.
Daredevil.
I think Nightwing.
Those guys are very similar.
Maybe I'm biased.
I do
They
get.
both use similar weapons.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Anyways, all right. Would you have any? Any other?
What about Daredevil versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
We saw Batman solo the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, what about?
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, Batman soloed the Scooby-Doo in the gang.
Robin and his shorts.
We've seen that.
Hey, but who would be good to go against Wolverine, though? Wolverine's too brutal, though. He'll kill everybody.
Wolverine against in the DC universe.
Dude, I think Wolverine will kill Doomsday. Because Wolverine, literally can't die.
This is not DC. This is technically Dark Horse Comics. But what about Wolverine versus Hellboy?
Oh, dude, Wolverine all the way.
Wolverine
all the way, all the time.
versus the son of the devil.
Dude, the only person that can beat Wolverine is Magneto and Batman.
And Magneto does it easily.
Dude, yeah.
With his eyes closed.
Dude, while he's old and wrinkly. All right.